Vietnam is a country alive with color, sound, and flavor. While modern cities boast skyscrapers and shopping malls, the real heart of Vietnam still beats inside its traditional markets. These lively hubs are more than just places to buy and sell, they are windows into Vietnamese life, where food, art, and culture come together. Markets here are social spaces, places of storytelling, and symbols of resilience. They carry centuries of tradition while adapting to the modern world. To journey through Vietnam's traditional markets is to experience the country at its most authentic. 1. The soul of Vietnamese markets. Markets in Vietnam are not just economic, they are cultural. Every town, city, and village has one, often the center of community life. Vendors shout out prices, buyers bargain with laughter, and motorbikes weave through narrow aisles stacked with goods. Here, generations meet. Elders sell produce grown in family gardens, while young entrepreneurs set up stalls of handmade crafts. The mix creates a tapestry of tradition and change. To wander a Vietnamese market is to step into a living museum. 2. Food, the heartbeat of the market. Food is the lifeblood of every Vietnamese market. Stalls overflow with vegetables, bright green herbs, purple eggplants, and fiery red chilies. Baskets hold tropical fruits like mangosteen, rambutan, and dragon fruit. Fish still flop on wet tiles, proof of their freshness. Street food is everywhere. A vendor stirs steaming pots of pho, the iconic noodle soup with fragrant broth and herbs. Another fries crisp bon exio pancakes filled with shrimp and bean sprouts. The air smells of grilled pork skewers, sticky rice, and fresh coffee brewing with condensed milk. Eating at the market is more than nourishment, it's culture in action. Recipes are passed down through families, each stall guarding its own flavor secrets. Sitting on a tiny plastic stool, slurping noodles among locals, transforms eating into a shared experience. 3. Hanoi's Old Quarter. Markets in the capital, Hanoi, markets spill through the Old Quarter's labyrinth of streets. Dong Xuan Market, the largest in the city, sells everything from silk fabrics to kitchenware. Its upper floors hold clothing and souvenirs, while the ground level bursts with produce and street food. Smaller neighborhood markets feel more intimate. Early morning in Hanoi, women in conical hats squat beside baskets of herbs, selling fresh mint, basil, and coriander. These herbs are the soul of northern cuisine, turning simple dishes into aromatic feasts. Art and culture thrive here too. Hand-embroidered textiles, lacquerware, and bamboo crafts fill the stalls. Each piece tells a story of Vietnamese artistry, shaped by generations of artisans. 4. Floating markets of the Mekong Delta. In southern Vietnam, markets take to the water. The Mekong Delta's floating markets, like Kai Rang, are legendary. At dawn, wooden boats gather on the river, piled high with fruit, vegetables, and rice. Sellers advertise their goods by hanging samples from bamboo poles. These markets are more than commerce, they are heritage. For centuries, rivers were the highways of southern Vietnam, and floating markets became vital hubs of exchange. Even today, they feel timeless. Food here is unforgettable. Vendors cook on their boats, serving bowls of hue tieu noodle soup or cups of iced coffee passed across the water. The floating markets blend culture, history, and daily life into one magical experience. 5. Central Vietnam, Hoian's lantern-lit markets. Hoian, a UNESCO World Heritage Town, is famous for its lantern-lit night market. After sunset, the streets glow with silk lanterns in red, blue, and gold. Vendors sell handmade jewelry, wood carvings, and paintings that reflect central Vietnam's artistic traditions. Food here is as special as the atmosphere. Sao Lao noodles, unique to Hoi An, combine thick noodles, pork, and crispy croutons flavored with fresh herbs. Stalls sell bon bao vac, white rose, dumplings shaped like delicate flowers. Hoi An's market is where art, food, and culture unite. Buying a lantern isn't just shopping, it's supporting artisans who preserve traditions. Eating a dish is tasting a recipe rooted in centuries of local history. 6. The daily ritual of bargaining. Bargaining is part of the culture. In Vietnam, haggling isn't rude, it's expected. Buyers and sellers smile, laugh, and negotiate until both sides agree. The process is as much social interaction as economic exchange. Through bargaining, you learn patience, humor, and respect. It's not about getting the lowest price but about building a moment of connection. This ritual shows the Vietnamese spirit of balance and fairness. 7. Markets as cultural crossroads. Vietnam's markets reflect its history as a crossroads of cultures. Chinese, French, Khmer, and Cham influences appear in the goods and foods on sale. A French baguette becomes banh mi, filled with Vietnamese herbs and chili sauce. Chinese mooncakes are sold alongside local rice cakes. Markets also host festivals. During Tet, the Lunar New Year, stalls overflow with kumquat trees, red decorations, and sticky rice cakes. The market becomes a stage for culture, carrying traditions forward for new generations. 8. Saigon's Ben Thanh Market, modern yet traditional in Ho Chi Minh City. Ben Thanh Market is a symbol of both past and present. Built in the 19th century, it remains one of the busiest markets in Vietnam. Inside, stalls sell souvenirs, handicrafts, spices, and fashion. Food here is legendary. Vendors serve banh mi stuffed with pork and pickled vegetables, or bowls of cam tam, broken rice with grilled pork and egg. The smells and flavors reflect southern Vietnam's sweeter, richer cuisine. At night, the market transforms. Stalls spill into the streets, neon lights glow, and the city's nightlife energy mixes with tradition. Ben Thanh shows how Vietnam's markets adapt while staying rooted in culture. 9. Artisans and handicrafts. Markets are showcases for Vietnamese art. In the north, you'll find Dong Ho paintings, woodblock prints with bold colors and folk themes. In central regions, silk lanterns glow with intricate designs. In the south, mats woven from reeds show the ingenuity of local crafts. Buying directly from artisans connects travelers with tradition. Each craft carries history. Weaving from the Cham people, pottery from Bat Trang village, embroidery passed down through families. Markets keep these arts alive by linking makers with buyers. 10. Morning and night markets. Markets transform with the time of day. Morning markets bustle with fresh produce and locals buying ingredients for daily meals. The energy is practical and fast-paced, a reflection of daily rhythms. Night markets are about leisure. Families stroll, couples shop for gifts, and children eat sweets under strings of lanterns. Here, markets become social stages, full of light, music, and performance. Experiencing both gives a full picture of Vietnamese culture, its hardworking mornings and its joyful evenings. 11. Beyond buying and selling, the social fabric. Markets are where friendships form and community thrives. Neighbors meet, gossip is exchanged, and elders share wisdom with youth. In villages, markets often set the rhythm of life, marking days of gathering and exchange. For travelers, joining this flow is transformative. Sitting for coffee with vendors, learning a new recipe, or listening to stories turns shopping into cultural immersion. Markets embody the Vietnamese value of connection, between people, between past and present, and between culture and everyday life. 12. A journey of transformation. Visiting Vietnam's traditional markets is not just sightseeing, it's transformation. Food, art, and culture converge in ways that change how you see travel. You begin to understand that markets are not relics of the past but living, evolving spaces where identity thrives. They teach patience through bargaining, joy through flavors, and respect through traditions. They remind us that culture is not locked in museums but alive in the daily lives of people. Conclusion: where culture comes alive, Vietnam's traditional markets are journeys into the soul of the nation. From Hanoi's herb baskets to Saigon's neon-lit stalls, from the floating boats of the Mekong to lantern-lit nights in Hoi An, each market is a cultural stage. Food offers flavors that carry centuries of memory. Art reveals stories painted, woven, or carved into daily life. Culture thrives in laughter, bargaining, and celebration. To explore these markets is to experience Vietnam at its most authentic. It is to witness where culture truly comes alive. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more travel stories. And tell us in the comments, which Vietnamese market would you love to explore first?